Today I will be building this React web application. It's called Dictionary Web App, and its functionality is very simple. If I show you what it can do, simply like if we type some word in it, let's suppose code, and hit enter, it search for further whatever is parts of speech available using some API. I'll show you the link of the API, and you see when we search the word, it skips all the definitions. There's noun, verb, whatever it's available. And also now if we try to play it, also plays its pronunciation, like it's pronounce, see. And also now if I search something else, because I want to show something else as well. So let's suppose if I talk about here hurt. So if we have this hurt, and you see we have the synonyms as well. If available, they also provide, the API also provide you the synonyms. Okay, and also as you can play, always play, and from here you can change the font of it. You see now the font of all the application is changed. Okay, you can change, and then you can change again back to sans serif. And also you can see here we can change its mode, so it's a dark mode. So that's how it looks in dark mode. So if we start typing again, it's you see the whole content will be replaced with nothing, as you can see. And then if I hit try to search without entering any word, I will get error. You see we get the error message. And if I start typing again, let's suppose if I say here science, but if I put something which is not a word, like if I put this, and you can see, if I try, you see I get this, no definitions found. All this content or this response is coming from the API. And if we search again the correct word, we'll get the word, its pronunciation and everything. So yeah, okay. And also if we open it in in some responsive, if we try to make it responsive, again you see if we open it in iPad, put it at 100%, see it's still responsive. Okay, even if I do this, my degrees, see it's properly responsive. Alright, I will show you what I did to make all this responsiveness. And also what important is that this is a React application, but the design that you see, all the design is written in classic CSS. I'm not using any framework yet. I'm not saying that we should not use it, but I'm saying that I have created everything, all the designs from scratch. So the functionality and the design is all from scratch, you will see. So because my focus would be on the design in this application, not the functionality, but there is a functionality yet, you will see as I've explained. Okay, now let's start building this application from scratch. I'll open a new tab. Okay, or even I can I can close this. I will always open a new tab when we will create a React application. Now I will show you how we can create a React application from this React application Dictionary Web App from scratch. Okay, so for that I'm gonna close this simply. Here you see a blank screen. I'll create a folder. Okay, and I'm gonna call it for example my code, because I'll be creating a Dictionary Web App in this folder, which we will create, even the folder we will create with the command, okay, with an npm command. So I'm gonna drag and drop in VS Code if you have Mac. Otherwise you can also open it open with you will see open with option in Windows, open with VS Code. Okay, I'm gonna drag and drop VS Code. You should have VS Code installed. You should have some software installed already, like you should have NodeJs. Okay, and now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna open the terminal. Let me actually increase its fonts so that you can properly see it. So I'm gonna open the integrated terminal here in VS Code. Okay, and I'm gonna create a React app, npx create a React app, and we'll put a latest flag and we'll say dictionary web app. Okay, and we hit enter. So this will create a like a boilerplate, a React boilerplate, or we can say a CRA template. As you can see here, CRA means create React app. So we'll get a basic structure of code and files and file and folders properly configured, and then we will start building React like a dictionary web app from those folders. Okay, now we'll wait until all the packages are installed. Okay, and you can like I'll fast forward from here so that everything is installed. Okay, so we are back as all the packages are installed, and we can see that it's telling that these are the commands that we need to do. So I'm going to just use them: cd dictionary web app and npm start. This will start the application in the browser. Some other application is running. Yeah, I think that is running. But I'll show you the demo. So I'm going to open it in some new port. Okay. I'm going to open the array. Right, so that's the boilerplate. You can see added app.js to reload, save and reload. So I'm going to go to yeah, sorry. So here, what I'm going to do, go to source app.js and I'm going to download everything. Okay, we're going to make this thing as well. just need a simple div. Okay, and then here I'm going to say this is my app. Okay, and now if you see the browser, oh, for some reason it's not running, I have to restart, I guess. I'll restart it with npm start. Alright, so we'll start here. Okay, you see this is my app. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do some cleanup. So we don't need this guy. We don't need all this app CSS and all this, the code. And we can also delete this. We don't need it initially. And now we will make some CSS, like some default CSS and index. Let's see how we can do it. So we'll have create some variables and root. Primary color, as you can see, is A445ED. Then you have this inner color, which is F2, sorry, 5252. Okay, then we have dark shades, like dark colors, you see. So I have dark color, can say 0505. Then we have this dark color which is 1F, 1F, 1F. Then we have this dark color 2, which is 2D, 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 2D. Okay. Then we got this 3, and let's say 3A, 3A, 3A. Okay. Okay, now we have some light shades. Maybe light color is 757575. Color E9, E9, E9. So I like color 2. F4, F4, F4. Yeah, it's a light color 1. Then we have this light color 3, which is LFF, like a simple, can say this. Alright, now in the HTML, the thing is we have to, what I'm gonna do, actually 116 pixels is gonna be equal to 1 RAM by default, but I'm gonna do 10 pixels equal to 1 RAM for easy implementation of pixels, because I'll be using RAM instead of pixels, because it's a responsive, you can say, unit. So I'm going to say font size here it is equal to 62.5%. This makes uh, 16 pixels. 16 pixels equal to 1 RAM by default. So but with this implementation, 10 pixels become 1 RAM. Alright, and also now I don't need to explain everything because I'll teach later on. Just in case, I'm gonna just write the code. After book size and water box. And dark mode, and then color to be dark, color to be light color 1, and then here, so page 1 I did size to be 3.5 REM. We have some layout. Seven 36 pixels. Okay, tablet. Size to be 50%. Decrease the fonts. With this, it will become 1 pixel. The 1 RAM. Channel will be with the max width of 729 pixels. Now the view auto. Sharing 0, 40 pixels. If you talk about that, force and pixel. Channel only mix with 3 to 7 pixel. Now we will adding 24 pixel. Alright, so that's CSS. Now we index CSS. We go to ReactJs. We'll say this container. Okay, And now we will start building different components. Just in case if you want to see how it's how you know the difference a lot, it's just this. Now we'll create components here. In the SRC, we will drag and drop here some assets. I need to get assets first, which I need here. I need to go to the desktop. I can see if I can drag. Yeah, I can drag and drop here assets. So these are the assets that I need. And the components, we will build different components. So the first component that we're going to build, let's build that search box, the search box that you see. So I'm going to go say search box, and in there I'm going to say index.js, and then also search box.css, so in index.js, let's write it's JSX code, that's form, I guess. So class name is going to be equal to search box, and input will be equal to type text ref. We'll see ref later on. Placeholder is going to be search for any word, and also it's class name. So it's here. Search box input, and then span also. For this, so span with this class and message, oops, copy empty, okay, and then a button, but zero, that's nothing. Type submit, class name BEM, search we can call it. Alright, I'm going to go to here, and import search box .css, go to search box CSS, search box with 100%, display flex, alignment in center, justify content space between, transition inherent, position relative, border radius to be 10 pixels, margin bottom to be 10 pixels, and cursor to be pointed. That's a search box, not the input. And we'll say search box dot focus, and just being focus, then outline, you can say 2 pixel solid, whatever the primary color is. Okay, which you can see. Now we go to search box input. So font size to be 2 rm, background color to be transparent, border to be none. And just in case before we move forward, I'm going to show you what how it is being shown right now. So in ReactJs, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this or import this search box. Component search box index. And then here I'm going to okay, now let's see how it looks like. That's how it looks like initially, right? And we're going to style it and we'll see its difference. Okay. So, styling search input again. So width would be 100%, margin left can be equal to 2.4 rem, padding bottom going to be equal to 1.9 rm, padding top going to be equal to 1.9, sure. Padding right, I'm going to say 4 rem because we have to enter put the search icon there. So border radius to be 10 pixels. Transition, it seems that it's not inheritance. I'm going to say 0.4s. Caret color, that's a cursor color. Primary color, outline none. Background color is going to be equal to variable. I think it's light color 1. Okay, so that's how it looks. Let's see. I think for some reason the CSS is not being applied. Yes, it should be. You see, that's how it looks now. Okay, so style everything. I'm going to go to the search box again. So about the error message. Color, variable, danger color. Remember we created the variables. Z index 15, it's needed. Display block. Font size 1.6 rm. Transition again all 4s. Opacity 0. Okay, and then you see here we will like write different style for different states. So search box input, when it has a focus, we're going to say outline 1 pixel, solid, color, and after it is submitted, the form is submitted, and then the search box input is empty, like if it is invalid, means it's empty. We will add this class in JavaScript, you will see. And then the outline will be the color, right? And also, if it is submitted and the search box input is invalid, then it's error message, which is along it say, then translate y can be equal to 45 pixel, opacity can be equal to 1, whatever. Otherwise you see opacity as 0. Now let's see how it looks like now. So that's how it looks like now. Okay, now you don't see the padding. Search box input. Search box input. Search box. Search box input. Let me check why we have this error. Okay. Of the padding. Its margin, not right. So from the left, we don't have any padding. We'll see why we don't have padding on the left. So the input, I think I have not entered, not even put any padding. Yeah, oh, it's not margin, it's padding. Okay, now if you talk about BTN search, so we have like BTN search, background color to transparent, visible. Now if you talk about this background image, assets, images, I can search, you see, here I can search, and then background repeat, no repeat, you'll see what it means if you don't put this. See, it's not giving proper link showing there. First of all, let's say background repeat, no repeat, and then position absolute, right URL from the right side, display inline log, width to be 16 pixel, color transparent, and then the cursor is pointer. Let's see how it looks like. See? Okay. Now also we will do dark mode style for this. We'll style dark mode later on. Okay. But for now, now what we're gonna do, go to index.js and we will work on some JS, okay, to write some like the invalid thing, okay. So for that we're gonna go to index.js and here I'm gonna say on submit handler, and define this function submit handler and be equal to event.preventified. I hope you know this. And then here we're gonna have to define some states. Set submit state files. Set word, set search word. Also we need to import reference, input ref, use ref. We have the submit handle. So here we're gonna say if search word is like empty, then set submitted when they go to false and done. Okay, and also we have to define use to connect our reference. That use ref. So here we're going to say ref, input ref, we just did that, and then in use effect we're going to say input ref dot current dot focus, and that's this. Now what I'm going to do here in this on chain, E for event, handle search, E dot target value. I'm going to define handle search. Okay, and then simply going to say set search word to that value actually, whatever the word is. Okay, and then we will see it later on. We have some on typing thing. You will see what the benefit of it. We have the props. Some props we'll see the benefit of them. On search and on typing. So here we will use the on typing prop. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, so we're gonna say these classes would be dynamic So the search box, so I'm going to say if submitted, we're going to add the submitted class, otherwise we'll have nothing. Okay, because we're adding a style here, I told you, submitted. Okay. Now, also, the input class should be dynamic as well. You'll see what I mean. So that we can do that invalid thing, like show that error message. So to do that, let me extract this, put it template literal. If there is no search word, then we will add an invalid class, otherwise we'll add nothing. Yeah, and everything else I think is good. Let's try this now. So you see when it's load, it's focused on typing another function. I get it. So I'm gonna comment this because I'll use it later on. I'm gonna comment it. We can keep this, but here's some comment. Okay, we'll use it later on. So see typing, if I hit enter. Oh, again that prevent default is not working, I guess. Submit handle. Yeah, and submit, which it is. You see if I hit enter. Why don't we see that class if we hit enter? We should show. We're doing this, so as you see that when I click on like if I'm this box is empty and I hit enter, it should add submitted class on the form, and also as you can see in the CSS, when we have submitted class in the parent element, then if this input box is empty, it also adds the invalid class, and if it is invalid class, then we have like this outline of this input box, and also we have error message to be shown, which is best because opacity becomes 1. But the problem is here, as you can see in Next.js, first of all, we need to set this to true if obviously if we have nothing in the search word. Okay, now if we try, with the empty data, we still have nothing in it. The problem is that mistakenly we set it to false, and it should be empty string. So initially it should be empty string. So it means when we hit enter, see now it sets to true, and also it's at the invalid class, and then we have this thing. And when we start typing, it goes. Okay. Now, okay, so it's search box is done for now, like in the desktop light version. Now let's go and make other things. So the first after this we will be building. Okay, so it's actually, if we check, it's a search box. This okay. Now if we create another, we will create another folder. Like to make that top bar. Okay, so we're gonna call it top bar like this. Okay, well, I actually with proper name name convention top bar like that. Okay, now we'll create here index.js and the CSS class index.js, and we can say RFCE. Okay, and it's going to be a div. I call it top bar. We will write HTML in the meantime, and also we had here CSS class top bar .css we can call it, and then here we need to import it. Top bar CSS, and now we will write the required JSX code here. So we're gonna say class name gonna be equal to top bar content like that. Then we will add another class, we call it div, call it brand. We will add the image here, the brand image, and then after this we will have another div. We call it actions. For our action, we will write like this: select the select font and the theme panel we will add. Okay, now for this, actually first of all, let's use this in the app.js so that we can also see live preview. Okay, so here we will import that top bar, which put here top bar from components index.js. Okay, although because we have not added anything, that's why we don't see anything. Now when we go to the top bar, we will need to import the logo. So logo, let's say import logo as the which is a SVG file in assets, images, and logo.svg. So I'm gonna disable an extension because I know it's creating problem from here. For now, I'm going to disable it. Okay, we'll go to ground. So what we're going to do here, we're going to add the image. So logo. Logo. You can see it's showing here. And then with the actions, we need to add some both components here. We will build those components in the right PM at the top bar. So the first would be, let's call it select font, and required here index.js, and also it would be another file select font.css. So next index.js of the select font will do some things here. So ReactJs, so So this will be a class. So select wrapper, one thing, and then here we will add the select font thing. Select with the class of select font. I have to do something here. New wrapper, we can call it. Sorry, I mean word wrap or word edit, something like that. Detail layout. Let's see here. Yeah, this one. So word wrap. Now I don't need to. Like it will be in the query space. Okay. Now to give some options. Expose. So we're gonna say options value would be sans serif font. Okay. Another option. Put the value of serif. Option value. Okay, so we have the options and this font. We also have a span here after the select in the wrapper. So it's select arrow because we'll be having a custom arrow we'll see in the select file. Okay, however, we're gonna import CSS file, which is select font .css, and then we're gonna use this in our top bar. Select font and we'll be using it here. You'll see it's here. Okay, the style obviously will add. Now let's also let's work on this style actually before we add other things. So the style of top bar we're talking about. So what we will do is simply copy the classes top bar brand, top bar content, brand, top bar actions. Copy them. Go to top bar CSS. Paste them that way. Okay, now I'm gonna say margin bottom to be 52 pixel. Display flex. Justify content to space between. And yeah, that's how we see it. nothing for the brand yet, and we'll also add a display flex because we will have multiple actions on the right side. Line item footer gap through. Okay, now we'll work. I think there's nothing, there's no lot of work on this but we will change the arrow. Okay, arrow, this drop down arrow needs to be of color, this color, whatever is our primary color, and we will have that already in our assets, the SVG. That's what we're gonna apply, and to do that, we will again copy these classes, select wrapper, select font, select wrapper, select arrow, copy them, paste them here, okay. Now we will add here, let's say this all CSS mostly is to just add that drop down. You'll see display in one block, then we have that select font, which is the real select element, and here let's say font family inherit, WebKit, appearance to be none, and you see the drop down is gone. Then appearance to be none as well, that's important. Background color to be transparent for now. Heading to be 8 pixel, border none. Padding right to be 30 pixel because we need to have some padding on the right side so that we can add that custom icon. Font weight bold, outline none, and width to be 100%. Okay, so that's how it looks initially, and that's what you can see. And you will see the arrow now. Now you're going to say select arrow. So the content to be nothing. Background URL. Now we're going to go to that image, that drop down arrow image, which is in assets, images, icon arrow down, yeah, this one. Save it. We have to add some other CSS so that we can see it properly. Background repeat, no repeat, position absolute, top 0, right 10 pixel, width 20 pixel, height 100%, pointer remains to be none. Thing went wrong. Okay, so pointer remains to be none. Okay, it's not showing, by the way, the select arrow. It should be showing. We'll have to check what went wrong in the JSX code. So in index.js, yeah, it's gonna be span, I guess. Okay, not even showing now. Select wrapper is fine. Select wrapper is fine. Select wrap, select arrow, and software select wrapper. What's not being shown? So select font. Nothing there. Strange. It should be showing. So I have to check CSS again. Font family appearance, padding, border, padding right, font size, font and outline. Okay. Display. Right. Select arrow. Position absolute is fine. Oh, it's background, not background URL. See? Now it's there. Okay, but for some reason it's not display inline, but we will see it. Why it's not there. Okay, display. Right 10 pixel, position absolute, height 100%, width 20 pixel, background repeat, and also we have to do background position to be in center. Yep. Okay, you see that now we have a custom drop down. Alright, now what we're gonna do, yeah, I think that's it for now. But we will also, because we are here, we will also change it's JavaScript. So here I'm going to say we will add a handle font. So a function here handle font. We're going to say document dot query selector simple JavaScript body dot style dot font family going to be equal to whatever is the target dot value. Let's see. See, let's change. It's working. That is all its functionality. Now we're gonna go. Yeah, that select font is done. We're gonna go to the. We will add the theme later on, as I told you, the dark mode. Now we're gonna go to in the index.js top bar and actually create another component that's called theme handler. Obviously, theme handler. Let's say index.js and a file. Theme handler CSS. Okay, And in the index.js, if you go to index.js, yeah, theme handler going to be a very nice button. We'll see, we'll make a custom button, but initially let's add some HTML, the JSX theme handler input type checkbox, value gonna be equal to dark, class name gonna be equal to theme handler, checkbox. So same thing, word wrap should be working right. Okay, and also here I'm gonna say label for theme, because we also need to give its ID of this input. Should be here. Theme, call it, and then here we're gonna say class name theme handler. I think it's switchbox or what. Let's call it label. And then what we're gonna do, we will have other icons which we need to make like a custom components. It's important, I'll tell you why. Then we add the functionality. Now the thing is, here in the theme handler, I'm gonna create a folder. I'm gonna call it icons. Okay, and then the icon here will be equal to icon moon.js. Okay, and then icon moon.js here is gonna be equal to ReactJs. It's React scripts. Here we need to import really add the JSX code. Okay, and for that, I'm going to go to the assets, images, and you see we have icon moon. I'm going to simply select this, copy this, go to icon moon, and then here, let's say, I'm going to save it. Okay, and then we're going to give its a class, just in case if we need, but it's fine. It's nice to have every element a class. Okay, now in here, if the dark mode is applied, which would be this state, which we are getting as the property, like props. Here I'm gonna say, if not dark mode, then we will add this. This would be the stroke, like the fill color. Otherwise, the fill color would be that a, which is our primary. We have to give the values A445ET. Okay, I think, yeah. Here's some error here. Yes, okay, now we can delete this, we don't need it. Alright, so that's icon moon, and then here we will use it in our theme handler. Go to theme handler, index.js actually. Here we're going to say import icon moon, and then use it here. Okay, it should be showing here, but for some reason it does not show, because yeah, it could be because of CSS. We will add CSS later on. Actually, yeah, so now. Okay, now we also need to add a switch box. You will see the functionality of it, and for the switch box, we will need to create here in the theme handler, integrate another folder, call it switch for now, and index.js. As always, index.js that way. Switch span with the okay, like this span having nothing in it, but there would be a class that we to add switch track dark. So if the dark style is applied, I mean if the dark mode is applied, then we'll add a dark class here, otherwise no, and otherwise nothing. And we need to add dark class here as well, the dark property, and then inside we will have another span here, the class of switch ball. Okay, so we'll add the CSS, then it will properly be shown there. Now the thing is, we will need to use this in our top bar. Sorry, in theme handler index.js. Switch index.js, try command, dark here, not now, because we don't have dark state yet, we'll add it. Now we're going to go to the switch index CSS, index.js we already have. I'm going to add here CSS, switch.css, and then we will import the CSS class as always. Then we'll copy these classes, go to switch CSS, now add the CSS for this. There's a lot of CSS. Position relative width to be 50 pixel and height to be 20 pixel. Border radius 50 pixel. Display block, cursor pointer, then this track, display block, width 100%, whatever the width of switch would be, 5 pixel. Background color is going to be equal to, I think it's 83883 for some reason. You will see it. Height going to be equal to 100%. Border radius 50 pixel as well. Okay, now about the switch track when the dark mode is applied. We'll be applying here everything, and it would be a primary color, I guess. We're gonna add it. We need to add a variable for the primary color name. Yeah, this one. So we'll add here, let's say, primary color. Switch ball width to be 50 pixel, height to be 50 pixel, border radius to be 50 pixel as well. Should be shown here. That is strange. But let's complete it and then we'll see. Background coloring gonna be equal to red. I think it's light color 3. Yes. And position absolute, top 2 pixel, left 3 pixel, transition all 0.4s. Then we'll say if the dark mode is applied, then switch ball will have this CSS, which is right will become 3 pixels and left will become 32 pixels. Okay, now I have to see why it's not being shown still. We go to the index. Okay, it's here in switch, but for some reason it's not being shown. Okay, we'll add the this CSS to see theme handler, checkbox, and label. Command C. Now theme handler CSS, display flex, align item center, gap to be 2 rem, padding left to be 2 rem, border left to be 1 pixel solid. I think it's it's dark color. Now theme handler checkbox display none. Theme handler label display flex, align item center, gap 2 rem, cursor pointer. Okay. We see dark theme here. Good. But the problem is it's still not, but actually let me add dark theme as well, same time. Dark theme style, dark then theme handler CSS would be in a way that its border left will become still 1 pixel solid with the light color 3. Alright. Now we have this. For some reason, this index.js. Oh, so we are not importing CSS. Theme handler CSS. Maybe top bar. It's in the top bar, but in the top bar, I guess theme handler. See, theme handler is not there in top bar. Gosh. So we're gonna say import theme handler. Yeah, in the top bar, theme handler, index.js, and then after the select file, it should be there. Now you see it. Okay, and you see the button. Everything we have made this. I think the button should be first. Let me open up a real application which we already made. CT. Okay, so that's easy. This is it is in my real application. So we're gonna say the theme handler. Switch should be first, then should be here. Okay, now let's add the functionality as well. And to really add the functionality, what we need to do here is that in the switch button, we have to add the functionality at the switch button. Here in the theme handler, actually, theme handler JS. Now, what we need to do, we need to first of all import the use state. And let's say dark set dark actually it's false, and then here actually in use effect we'll also have use effect here, because we will check use effect. Like in the use effect, we'll check if the dark is applied, if the dark is true. So we're gonna say document dot query selector, again body dot class list, because that would be our parent for the whole application. So we're gonna do in the body. So we'll add here the dark class. Otherwise, we will remove the dark class. Copy class list dot remove. Okay, and then in the real input box here we're gonna say on change e. So set dark can be equal to e dot target dot value, whatever the value it is. Okay, so now okay, I think in the U effect we also need to give dependency array. So the dark mode. Switchbox is not working. First of all, we need to see if we have imported. Yeah, we imported C the classes. I know why it's not working because we have not done this. So the switch dot the place as well. Okay, have some issue, I guess. Set dark on change set dark. I think it's e dot target dot check, which is true or false. Yeah, it's working. But you see, first of all, this box, the switch box, this color is changing, but switch box should do its work, which is not doing. And go to switch index and switch index.js. Let's see what is there that is missing. So we have a switch, and if we have a dark is applied, it should add dark color, otherwise not. Maybe in the CSS we are missing something of this switch.css. Let's see. So we're going to say if the dot is applied, then the switch box will be moving, which is moving, but if the this is the thing. The switch track should be like background color of the track should be changed. Let's see. No, it's not working. Very much. Switch. Okay, I guess it means this is applied. There's something wrong with the track. Let's see if the class is there. Okay, we have the dark class, and let's see if the dark class is in the body. Oh, it's set dark. That problem. It should not be set dark. In the theme handler, index.js. See. Now you see the action. Switch set dark. Okay. Again, the color of the track is not being changed. And also need to add some CSS in the box. The color of the track should also be changed. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, in the search box, switch, yes, spelling. Track color, if not dark, I would solely switch track. Okay. See, so that's we want. Okay, now let's add also the dark mode CSS for the input. So, like for the search box we're talking about, I'm gonna go to search box. So the dark mode should also be applied here. Search box CSS. Here we're gonna say dark theme. Dark search box input. Background color to be variable. Dark color 1 and color to be variable. Light color 3. Okay. You see it's working. Dark mode is on. So let's start now. We will add other things in it. So search box top and the top bar, that's done almost in index app.js. Now what we're gonna do, the next step is I think to work on this work on other components yet. You see we have other components, this and that. So what we're gonna do, when we have correct word, we will build this component. Actually this, the play button, all that thing. We work on this search box and the top bar. Okay, and now also you can see we configure this thing, the dark and light mode bar. But now if we go to the actual app that we already completed, figure and type here something like program. Okay, so we get this thing. Okay, and like this body I'm talking about. Okay, this body. So now we're gonna build this body in our app we are building. Okay, now to do so, we have to create some other components. So right now we have search box, top bar. Now we're gonna build main, and in the main we're gonna have all the different components for the body, which we call it main actually. And even before building that, we're gonna see what we have in parts of speed. I mean this this one component, this thing, and I think we have also this thing, third, I mean play area, pronouns we can call it. So yeah, first of all we're gonna build the pronouns. So let's build pronouns component. So we're gonna use it here. Pronouns. Index.js. As you can see, we are creating index.js in almost every component. So the main file is going to be index.js. Okay, and let's call this pronouns. Pronouns. And then next, I'm going to say pronouns text box. Hit run the pronouns title. Then we will have a span, which we can call pronouns text. Okay. And for the that is not an H1 usually. That's here. So for the H1 for now we can call it like out. Okay, now we have after this we have another div. I'm gonna call it pronouns audio box. Here we have that button. Okay, and here we'll show the play button, and we're gonna build play button component, a separate component. Okay, and in this, let's also add CSS for this. Pronoun CSS, and let's copy these classes. Command C, we're going to go to pronoun CSS. Okay, we have some, yeah, there must be no space. Alright, and then we'll add the CSS for the pronouns. So for that, it's simple. I'm going to say display flex, align at the center, justify content space between, and then we have, yeah, we don't have anything for the box yet. So font size would be 3.5 rem, and margin bottom would be 15 pixel. Okay, then we have this font size 2 rem for the pronounced text. Color is going to be variable, that primary color. Right, and then yeah, that's it for now. Now we're gonna actually, what I want to do first, I want to also create the main component, or even if you don't create the main component, you can keep this app.js main this play, let me say the pronouns here in app.js for now. Show it here. Okay, so it's not properly shown the style because we are not importing CSS. simple CSS. Now we will build that. We have the button here on the right side. This button. We're going to build that, and also small text. We call it like any. You see what we have. Phonematic. Something like that, but it should come from the API, obviously. Now let's create another component which we have for the pronouns. We're going to call it play button. Then we see that's a button actually. We're going to do a class that is play button, and we have span. Right now, nothing in it, and let's also do a drop on good. We'll use it later on. And click. We will import CSS, which we will add. So let's add it. Okay. If we want to add the CSS for play button, let's see. And actually, let's first use it in pronoun so that we can actually see what's going on. So import play button, and here we're gonna use it. Sorry, it's a play button form. Type is invalid. What is this now? I think we have not saved it maybe. Yes, we have not saved it. That's right. This is a small button here. We will style it. So go to play button CSS here. So let's style this. We have only this play button, and let's see. Play button was to be 75 pixels. Height to be 75 pixels level. Background color. I think this is something else. The play button. RGB 164 69 237 0.25. That's kind of a total that we have. Border radius 50%. Border non-display flex. Justify content center. Align item center. Cursor pointer. And then transition will be all for us. Okay, so that's all. Okay, now that's line justify content align center. Why is that equal center? Because we will see we will add that span for that. I think that's a white this button. Okay, that arrow type play button actually. So background color, it is A445EDFD. Then we have display flex, width to be 21 pixel, height, oh gosh, height to be 21 pixel as well. Then we have special CSS. Actually, let me show you that's how it looks like. Now I'm gonna have that special CSS property, click path, to make this button, to convert this button into this shape arrow. Now it's a square. So let's convert it. So you're gonna say click path, polygon 0%, 0%. It's just a different size. I'm not gonna explain this, you can research about it. 50%, 0%, 10%. You can make a different type of shapes. And CSS now it's a modern CSS. It should be working. Why it is not working? Click path, polygon 0. Let me see if the polygon is applied there or not. What is this? Okay. This one being applied. Click path. Spam. Play button. No, I think it's because of this. It should be blocked. No. Play block. Okay. So from the top, I skip. I think that's a different side we have to do. It's a pair of two. Yes, no comma in between. Fine. Now CS the transition also should work. Like when we hover over, something should happen like this effect. Let's see that. So we're gonna say here play between hover, then span should do this white, and then play button hover. The whole button should also change its color, the background color. A445EDFD, which we have in this one. Okay, then box short here should be inset 10 pixel A44FED61, and we have inset 00 10 pixel that exactly again A44FED61. Then again we have A44FED61 inset 00 10 pixel and same thing A44FED61. Okay, so you can see that's the effect that we're having, and then also when we click, it should also give some nice effect. So click means when it's active, transform, translate Y to be 5 pixels. Let's see this. See? Alright, so that's a play button, and now if you go to index.js, nothing special we have. We're doing other things here. This. This is called part of speech. Okay, so we're gonna build this. Part of speech. Oh, sorry, I forgot. We will have index.js, not the file itself. But for CSS we use it. Part of speech, CSS, and then this. We have it. Okay, this is I think going to be the big one. We're gonna call it article. Like we should give some semantic element, part of speech. First one, then we're gonna have part of speech content. And in that content, the first thing we're gonna have is h3, which gonna be equal to like that class part of speech title. So let's call it noun, I guess. Okay. Actually, what we're gonna do here, yes. First of all, I want to put this component. Let's import CSS first. Part of speech, and then in app.js we're gonna import this. Okay, we're gonna use this here. Part of speech, and that's easy. That's what we have in mind. Okay. Let me first build things. Here we have span. It's actually an h3. First to span, we'll not call anything. We'll put this noun, and the second span we're gonna have a class. Call it bar. Okay, you'll see this. Now we have the meanings, part of speech meanings, like all this thing for the noun or for verbs, doesn't matter. So one part of speech. This time we have title, we have meanings, we have synonyms. This is one component, call it part of speech. This is now another. This is the same component with different data. So that's what one we are building. Okay, part of speech we call it. Now let's go to the meanings section of it. part of speech, meanings, page 5, with a class of part of speech, meanings, title, call it meaning. Then we have list after this. I mean that list gives here. I'm going to call it part of speech, meaning, list. Okay, and in this we will have different things. Let's add them. Right now it's static, so let's add them. Then I'll say 6. Sorry, we'll have at least 6. Actually, let's copy this text, paste it here, copy this, paste, copy, paste, this one, just to see it properly. We'll add dynamic data later on. Get this, and also we have another span in the list. Let's suppose after the second one we have a span here that faint text, this the team lost blah blah blah. So let's call it meaning help, and let's copy this. And do something here after the third one. Span, meaning help. Okay, that's here. That's it for now. And now we will work on this synonyms, I guess. Yes. They. No, that's there. I think we're missing something. Yes, yes, they should be ended here. Yes, the content is all here. Okay, now we have another div. Part of speech, synonyms, Let's try again. Part of speech. Synonyms, title. Okay, and then same thing here. Part of speech, synonyms, content. Okay, and then the part of speech here, you can say yes. It would be you can say let's call it bravery, nerve, crux, this, and sugar. Okay, so this is how I'm looking here in our version. Okay, now let's style them actually. So to style them, we have to copy the CSS classes, part of speech content, title, bar, meanings, title, list, meaning help, synonyms, we already have title, synonyms, content, copy over here, paste it. Right, and we're going to add CSS for that. So part of speech, margin top to be 4:1. Okay, then the title, font style to be italic, display flex, gap 0.8 run, line item center, color light color, font size 2.1, margin bottom to be 1.8. Okay, now yeah, you see that's now it's kind of built. Now we'll work on the bar, display block, width 100%. Then we have border top 1 pixel, solid, light color 1. Okay, why is not showing there? It should be here. Width same display flex. Is it light color 1? It should be there. Let me see if the bar is there. H3. So in H3 we have this bar. This is not showing. It's not border radius, it's border top. Okay, you see we have that line, that bar. Now past peak meanings, we don't need it. Let's talk about title. So font size to be 1.5 m, margin bottom to be 1.4 m, color variable light color, font weight to be normal. Okay, you see we have the meaning, and now let's talk about the list. So list style is nice. Padding left to be 2 m, font size to be 1.2 m, margin bottom to be 1.8 m. Next option, list style, padding left 0, okay. Now the ally item in the list. Copy this. Ally position absolute. Padding left to be 2 m. I think it's not absolute, it's relative. Now that color, that you see we have a different color here for bullets. So default bullets, we have disabled them. So a pseudo element default in a unit, content can be equal to raw. It's actually something else, and just copy and paste, dot looking like this. Position absolute, left 0, color A44FE 4458, font size 1.8 gram. Okay, you see that's how it look like. And yes, now let's talk about the meaning help. Meaning help, the block, margin top to be 0.4 m, color, light color. Alright, and the meaning help should be, yeah, that's that. But also, by the way, we don't see the color. Yes, see now we should see the color. Now if we talk about synonyms, display flex, line icon center, grab 1.6 RAM, margin bottom can be 1.4 RAM, and we have the title as the synonyms. Oh, we already have the content. So I'm gonna font size can be 1.61, color to be that we have primary color, yeah. Alright. Just want to see where we have a primary color and why we're not using some place here, yeah. So we should leave here. Okay, so we have this now. This is one content. I think now we should start working on the JavaScript part of it. And before that, we're gonna add some footer. So I just want to show you the footer. If you see here on the actual app, we have footer here. Okay, so I'm gonna build this footer. This is a small thing. So in footer, now we add some icons. this is not good. So we have some assets here. In the images, we have new window thing as well. This one. We'll simply copy it and copy all its HTML like SVG, paste here. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to go to footer. Here we will import the new window from icons and then put it after anchor link. And import CSS. Let's first of all copy the classes, footer, content, source, title, and link. Copying the here. Oh, it's going so we have the footer here. So before we have the footer, let's add the footer here in the app. So you see, that's how we use the footer. Click here. It should open dictionary on this website with the word that we search. Okay, and now footer CSS. Oh, we have that. And now we should work in the JavaScript, and before we work in the JavaScript, we have to create a main component in which we put all the content, the main content. And then it should be main. the element should be here. First of all, we should have pronouns. And I was noticing that in the part of speech component we have some, like it's not synced with the dark mode. If we go to the real application, let's suppose we type something, type here hurt. If we see it's looking like this, but in our application that we are building, it's not correct. So I think the dark mode is missing here. So I'm gonna add dark mode here in the part of speech. And I'm gonna say dark. If we have dark mode, then the border top would be 1 pixel solid variable dark color 3. And in the same way, if we have a dark mode applied, then part of speech meaning list color would be 3, light color 3. Okay, so let's see this in action. I think it should be applied, and this is our application. Oh yeah, there must be something that we are missing. Yes, part of speech spelling thing. Sorry. Alright, so that's our dark look like, and I think we're also missing something in the footer in the dark mode. So if we go to the footer CSS and if we check out its dark mode, then the link, I think this link should be more like clear, or it should be more bright. So I'm gonna say source link to mention this state for anchors light color 3 again. Okay, it's not working. Is still something wrong? Let me check the it should be missing something. So it's a dark footer source link. So if we don't put link here, yeah, I think that's what we're doing in it's JSX code. Okay, now we're gonna go and build the main components. And the main component, all these things that we see, the button, the part of speech, the foot, not the footer actually. Yeah, the footer as well would be in the main. Okay, so we're gonna go and create the main component. So I think we already created main component. We just need to add the code, and here first of all we will have pronouns, then we will have actually we need a parts of speech component. We're going to build that as well in a moment. Here we need that parts of speech. Alright, so let's create that, and before we do that, let's import these components as well. Import pronouns from pronouns, it should be index JS. And then if we talk about the footer, okay, so that's what we're going to import pronouns and footer here. So now we need to create another component. We're going to call it parts of speech, because if you go here in the real application, so we have more than one parts of speech. So this is noun, this is verb, so it can have more than one parts of speech. So one component is part of speech, and then parts of speech will contain the list of all the part of speech. Okay, so let's create another component. I'm going to call it parts of speech, and so for the parts of speech we'll create again the main file, parts of speech actually. So the main file would be index.js, and then we will have the CSS file as well. Parts of speech.css. So in the index.js, what we will have, let's create this, and then we're gonna say class parts of speech. Then we will have a list here, but for now we just add one part of speech here. The list, of course, would come from API, but we have not touched the API part yet. Okay, so we're gonna have API very soon, but for now let's put that one part of speech component, part of speech, yes. All right, okay, and let's also import CSS. Parts of speech, and let me see, we're gonna check if we have anything. I think we don't have special thing regarding the CSS. Everything will come from their own components. Okay, however, now if you go to the main component, and now we can add that parts of speech component, because parts of speech would be a list of all the parts of speech. I hope you are familiar. That's a English thing, English language. So parts of speech, English grammar actually. All right, so that's how we have our own parts of speech. Now what we're gonna do, so if you go to the app.js, so what's going on in the app.js is that we have all these components, multiple components. We can keep the search box as it is here, but the pronouns, the part of speech, which will be parts of speech now, and the footer, we're gonna put everything, all these components into the main components, and then we're gonna import that. I mean, we already did it. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna import main.js here, and I deleted other imports that we don't need. So it's in components here. All right, so now we're gonna del everything, and we're gonna put only part, main. Okay. All right, so we have an error. It's saying in the pronouns here. So in the main.js, we are missing something. What exactly is that? Mod not found pronouns. It's index.js. I don't know if VS Code is listening to me, because I keep saying part index.js, so it's then forgets index.js. However, all right, so that's you can see that now here we have top bar, which is this, as you can see, search box, which is this, as you can see, and then we have this main component which contains all the content after search box. So I think this is now the time to make the application like it's a dead UI now. So let's give this application a life. So we're gonna go to app.js. We are already in app.js. So here we're gonna create some states. So you're gonna see why we need them. So in the state, first of all, let's import state actually from React. Okay, so it's only React, and we can create some states. So idle, set idle when we are doing anything. Initially it would be true because we're not doing anything initially when the user is not typing anything. Okay, then we have searching, and of course set searching, so that would be false initially. Then we have that not found. I think I have not added the not found component as well. I'm going to show you that. Use state false, and then we have content if we have the content from the API. Okay, it's going to be empty string, not unless we get anything. Alright, so I think I've not showed you the not found components. I think before we add this life into it, like data, dynamic data, let's add the not found component as well. Not found, and we'll have here not found.js and not found.css. And what's inside now not found? We have index.js, as we always have in all the components that we created. Okay, and not found is not unique, meaning we will also have index.js, so not found class, and then you're going to say we need an image, and we don't have this. I think it's emoji, the sad emoji you see most of the time. Not found emoji. I'm saying h2 dot not found title. So I'm gonna say no definitions found. And then a paragraph, I'm gonna call it not found description. Sorry, Paul, we could not find definitions for the word that you are looking for. Please try again with new word. Okay, whatever. All right, so we have this, and let's also add its CSS. Import not found CSS. So we have not found CSS. So we're gonna import, copy the classes as we already do. We always do. You're looking this, and we're doing it from the start. So we're gonna copy all the classes here. Sometimes this IntelliSense, as you can see, becomes irritating. Yeah, it's not allowing me to, but I'll fix it later. Okay, so we have this not found. Okay, the CSS text align, the main component, we're gonna keep everything in the center. All right, and then we have not found emoji. We're not doing anything for that. So for the title, we're gonna say margin top to be 2 rem, and we have margin bottom to be 1.5 rem. We have font size to be 2 rem, and then we got the description font size to be 1.8 rem, and this is it. And for the dark mode, I'm gonna add this not found title, we're going to say color variable light color 3. Okay, and also if it is dark mode and if we have description, say color for that would be light color, only light color without any variation. Okay, so yeah, that's it's for the not found, but we also need to add that emoji that we need to add an image. So that would be I think we can add it simply from the, we don't need to create a component for that. Why? Because in both the modes, light or dark, the color would be the same for the emoji. So we're gonna say, we're gonna import here sad emoji, which is in assets and images and sad.svg, as you can see. Yeah, see this? And now we're gonna add this here, add the variable. Okay, so that's a not found component. So what we're gonna do, let's go to the main.js just to show you the its demo. So we're gonna import here not found, and then rather than showing these components, let me comment them. I'm gonna just show you how it look like if we only have not found. Now let's skip this. You see, that's how it look like, and yes, this would be dynamic though, but I'm gonna comment it for now. I'm gonna uncomment other things. Right. Now what we're gonna do, we have this yeah, we were in app.js and we're adding life into it, like making it dynamic and all that JavaScript thing that we need to add here. Okay, so what we're gonna do, first of all, let's work on the search box. So what I'm doing is that in the search box, we have to do some sort of search handler when we hit enter, or like when we have text and we hit enter, or we click on the search button. So for that, we're gonna go to search box in index.js, and let's start working on this search box JavaScript. Okay, so we got this submit handler, and we have this on change handle search. We already have handle search, I guess. We already have most of the things. So we have on search and on typing, and handle search we are already doing that set handle search we have, but here we're going to say on typing because that's what we're going to use in app.js, on typing. And I'm going to come to this, we don't need this now. And then we're going to do when we are searching, if you don't return, like if you don't have the error, then we're going to say on search, and which is this that we get from the app.js as a prop, and we're going to pass whatever we search. Okay, search word. So because that's what we're going to use in app.js, so we're going to go to app.js here. Here we're going to say, remember we are passing on search, and against on search we want to execute a function here. We're going to call it search handler here in app.js, on typing. So we're going to say reset. So all these two functions we're going to define here. So search handler, that's searched word that we're getting from the real child components. Then we have this reset, and in reset we're going to say set idle to false, set searching to false, set not found to false, and set content to nothing initially. I mean, obviously we are in the initial state. So set idle, we're going to need to set it to idle. You'll see why. Okay, now search handler. So for the search handler, we have that search word. This would be an async function because we'll be making a call to external API, and that would be an HTTP call. That would be an async operation. That's why we need it. So we're gonna say set searching. Initially we're gonna set it to true, so just telling to this app.js component that we are searching, so that we can all the different components can react according to these states. So we will have here searched, or search URL gonna be equal to HTTPS API dictionary API dot dev dot API version 2, and we have entries, and then we have the searched word, whatever we have in the searched word. Okay, so that's a search URL. Now we're gonna make an API call, and we will have response from API. So how we're gonna do it? We're gonna make a simple we're gonna make a fetch API call with the search URL, whatever we have, and then we'll have JSON response. Response.json, and we're gonna say set searching to false, because when you get response from the API, then it means we are not searching. Okay, searching is done. So now we're gonna just console log here just to see what we get as the JSON response, so that we can work on it accordingly. So I know how we get and what's in the search JSON response. So we're going to check here if JSON response. I'm going to show you actually. So here, if JSON response dot title is something like this, no definitions, and yeah, it's something like that. No definition found. If that's the case, then we're gonna say set not found to true. Otherwise, we're gonna say set not found to false, and content here, and the real content, I mean the parts of speech actually, set content to JSON response of 0, like it's first. If you're not like sure how the data is coming, so let me actually work on it. Let me show you. So if I inspect this, and you just keep seeing what you have in console log. Oh, so we have some issue. Uncaught. Let's see what's the problem here. Maybe we have issue with the API URL. So it's HTTPS API dot dictionary API dot dev. Looks okay. Yeah, I think we have to also mention here the language, which is English. Let's try again. Yeah, I think we get the response. See, so the response looks like this one. So if we don't have any error, then we won't see that title thing. Otherwise we have the content, you see. So the first item that we're going to get from the array, which is this object. So we'll be working on this object to actually show dynamic data here. All right, so now we're going to do here, we have everything. Now I'm going to put in the main, I'm going to say we'll be passing all those states. So idle state, searching, going to be equal to searching. Then we will have not found, going to be equal to not found, and content equal to content. All right, and we're going to put in the main.js. So in main.js, that's the composing, hiding and showing different components based on what state we have. So we got searching, what we passing there, idle state, not found, and content. All right, so initially here you're going to check if you're not doing anything, like if you're idle, then the return main would be main, but just giving nothing. So if we search right now, that's the problem. That's why no, I think that should not be an issue. And we have to check if in the app.js. Yes. So you will see nothing initially when we are not typing. Okay. Or then we go to main.js here. So here we're gonna say if not found, if this is a state, like if we typed and we searched but we didn't get anything, then we will still have this component not main, but this time we will render this not found. Okay, let's suppose you can try here. So let's suppose if I type something which is not an English word like this, we hit enter. It's not working, but I'll see. Let me add other data first. We'll see what went wrong. So if we are searching, then we still have to pass something. Oh, I guess we forget. Yes, return. That was the missing thing. So if we are typing here now, see, not found. All right, and if we are searching, then we're gonna pass return another main searching. So we did not add another component as well, which is searching, just to show you what's going on. It's just show you what's going on. So you're gonna add that component as well. Searching, like when we make a HTTP call. Next.js, we have some CSS. Searching. So index.js is nothing but a simple JSX code. Searching, that's a simple H1. Showing you this. I had separate CSS for all the components, so just in case if we have to maintain this application later on to add multiple things. So if you go to searching here, searching CSS, So we don't have anything for searching component or the searching class itself, but we see regarding h1 we have special things. I'm gonna say text align center, font size to 5 rem, color gonna be equal to dark color initially, and then when the dark mode is applied, then this h1 would be color light color 3 actually. Alright, let's see. We will save main.js. So let's see. We have to import searching. Index.js. It should be index.js. Like I should be capitalized. We should not forget this convention. Searching. So let's suppose if I type here something again, hurt, hit enter, see searching. That's what I mean. Alright, now we have this different components, the collection of different components. Everything we are adding into the main component. That's why the name, its name is main. That's the reason. Okay, now we're gonna say if not searching, then we're gonna say else if not searching, and we have content, then we will return the main component that we have, which is this. Otherwise we still return the empty. Main. Okay, now we have this. So initially if you see, it's idle, not doing anything, we're just focusing here. All right, now regarding the data coming from the API, so that's what if you go to the app.js, what we're doing is that we are saying that set content, and we have data, and we got the content, set content, and that's coming into the main.js, going to main.js, and then in the main.js, we have to compose this and show multiple things. But if you go to parts of speech, we have to just modify parts of speech here. So I'm going to show you what. So go to the parts of speech, this one. We don't need to add anything, which we already have everything. So in parts of speech, we will be passing meanings. Okay, I can also show you how these meanings look like, but we have to make some modifications here. Format it. So you're gonna say items gonna be equal to an empty array, and I'm gonna say JSX content gonna be equal to object dot keys meanings dot for each. It would be part of speech because we have complex data coming from the API, so that's why we have to make some, we have to do some processing. So the one item would be like this: meanings, speech, and single item should be title, whatever this the part of speech is. Title means that you see this this thing, noun, verb, these are titles. So there's a single item. Okay, this part of speech. That's why we're calling it part of speech. So the title would be actually part of speech, and its content then be the whole content. Okay. Now if you go to the return section here, so you're gonna see here. Let's say items dot items. If we have items, then we're gonna say items dot length. If it is equal to 0, I mean greater than 0, sorry, only then we're gonna do other things, which is this empty component. Why we still need to map more? So I'm gonna say items dot map and item and index. So it will be return part of speech now. So item, and also we need to do that key just to ignore. I'm not explaining, I'm assuming that whoever like seeing this video, watching this video, he must have knowledge of React, some initial knowledge. I'll put the on my channel, I'll add the React tutorial for the beginners later on, but now I'm assuming that you already know what is, how to work with components in React and all that thing, states as well, props. Right, so now we have this this code here, part of speech and all that thing. Now what we're gonna do, actually, we're gonna go to the main.js, and actually we already have this parts of speech now, but here we'll be passing meanings. So how we're gonna pass meanings? So we're gonna go to main.js. We're already in main.js, so what we need to do here is that in the parts of speech, we're gonna say meanings equal to group or grouped meanings. You'll see this is a utility function. Again, I told you that the data coming from API is some sort of complex data, so we have to process it. I'll also show you group meaning function, but how it is working, and obviously I'm assuming again you already know some JavaScript. So grouped meaning, so named import group meaning coming from, we'll create this in the utils component, utils folder, and we have group meanings.js. So we're going to create actually the utils folder in the source here, utils, and then here we will create group meanings.js, and this is a, I'm not going to write this function. I have this, copy this, otherwise it can take time to. Okay, so you can read about this more, explain this. This is self-explained, by the way, so you can I'll push the code on GitHub. Okay, so we have this group meaning, and now we're gonna do yes. So everything we got now. Something I think it's still missing. We're passing meanings, that's fine. Yes, here for the pronouns, we need to pass a variable. Sorry, these props should come from content, phonetics, and word. Content.word, then we have one phonetic gonna be equal to content dot phonetic, like that sound to pronounce this. I mean this.
Heart.
Yes, that's what I mean. If you're listening. So now might be missing something here. Content dot phonetics, and we have this guy. All right. So in the app.js, I just want to confirm that if we are getting phonetics. Okay. I think we're getting it. We can try this. Okay, so you can go to actually here. The parts of speech is fine. If you go to parts of speech, I mean the dynamic data is coming, but you see part of speech is taking item. This is something we have to make dynamic now, like all this content should be dynamic. So you go to the part of speech now. So we already have everything. Now what we're gonna do, we will expect item here that we are passing, you already know, from the main component. And then here we're gonna say whatever the title is, item.title, and then in parts meanings. So in list we will delete all this thing because everything will be coming dynamically. So the list items, the static list items, we can delete. You can see now, like if I put here again hertz, okay, we're getting error because it's saying undefined, so we're not actually passing anything to the item. Or maybe if we go to main.js, we'll see something is missing, but let's work on this part of speech to ask this to expect dynamic data. So you're gonna say item dot content dot definition. I'm not doing it myself, it's coming from the API as I told you. Index. So we're gonna say return one item li, and the key would be again index, and here we'll say def dot definition. Again it would be one definition, so definition dot example, I mean that list item, what you see, the one content, this one thing, this, that is one definition, and this example is this, as you already know, the secondary help. So I'm gonna say if that is available, only then we're gonna say span. The class would be meaning help, and the content would be def.example for sure. Alright, if it is there, otherwise we will only pass this, that's it. Okay, now the synonyms, we are working for synonyms here now, so it's not that big, it's synonyms, but I'm gonna say if we have synonyms, we need to we'll check for sure. Synonyms dot length is greater than 0, only then we will render this div. Okay, and then here, rather than putting this static content, we're going to say item dot content dot synonyms dot join on comma. Okay, so now that's synonyms, part of speech, and other things. So let's see. Let's go to the index.js. Sorry, parts of speech actually. And make sure that we save this. So we have meanings. I think the data is coming. So meanings. So let's try to there's something. Programmer. Okay, I think we missed something here. I mean, even if we have data, title or not, if we have title only, then we're gonna show title, otherwise no. Or maybe that util thing, we're really importing grouped meanings in parts of speech. We were using that parts of this group, group meanings in main.js actually. So we have meanings equal to group meanings and content dot meanings. Are we actually getting content here? Yes, we're getting content here. So what's the problem? So let's see. Let's say console log content. Program. Cannot read properties of undefined reading title. So where this error is coming from, not seeing it, but it must be somewhere where we're using that title actually. So I'm using it in part of speech, I guess. We're getting here title missing part of speech. Yes, cannot read properties of undefined reading title. Again, that's item still is undefined. So if item is undefined, where is this coming from? This is actually part of speech. So part of speech is this index.js. Are we passing type item? We are passing type item. Go to parts of speech here. So this is something that we have to worry about. Part of speech. Items and items are linked. Only then we're going to say item. Are we missing something? We have to see it. So we have items and items.length greater than 0, it's fine. Only then we're going to return this. Item, and we have part of speech. This item we have, what's that we're ignoring? Oh, maybe this. Oh, it was extra component there. Let me show you actually. Yeah, this was this expecting item. We're going to pass in it, that's why. Okay, so let's see science. Oh, I was looking for science and you're showing me hurt. Why? Because this pronounce component we have not updated it to get the dynamic data, otherwise others, a particular discipline or branch of learning. I mean, this is science. the part of speech is taking size word data, but this pronouns is not taking the dynamic data. So we're gonna go and see. As you can see in main.js, we are passing phonetics word and phonetic to pronouns, which we are not utilizing here in pronouns component. So we need to work on this. All right, so here what we are getting phonetics, we are getting word. For the word we are getting phonetic, or we can say we are expecting phonetics and all these things. All right, so we'll have define a function. You will see actually why it's the meaning of it. So actually when we click on this on click, we will execute a function called pronouns. We're going to define it, so it will play that like pronounce that word into whatever phonetics available. Okay, so that's also some sort of we have to work on this. Found phonetic, so initially it is null, so we're gonna say, and also we have to do this audio null initially, otherwise it create the double effect. Phonetic, found phonetic, gonna be equal to phonetics that we're getting as the props. I'm gonna say find phonetic dot audio if we have phonetic dot audio, and also if we have phonetic, if the phonetic dot text is equal to phonetic, what we're getting from the is equal to phonetic, like if you have the text it would be equal to phonetic, otherwise it would be null. We're missing phonetic dot text. If it is phonetic, it's fine. What is that? Yes, no. Phonetics dot find. Maybe we have to say return here. Yes. So here then, if audio is not null, then we will pass the current audio and say audio dot pass, and then audio dot current time gonna be equal to 0. Okay, and then after this we will add new. Oh, I think we are mistake. This, what happened here? We are in mistake. Yes, so it should be out of this. Create new audio. Audio gonna be new audio. Found phonetic dot audio. That's the URL actually. And audio dot play. Okay, and now this word should also be dynamic, coming from the main as a prop, and also this span, this thing should also be dynamic. It should render only if we have phonetic. Okay, so, so we can say if we have phonetic, only then we copy this, actually cut this here, and then here phonetic. Yeah, that's the reason. Let's see this actually. You can see it actually. So I'm gonna say programming. You see that play. Audio is not there. So we will also check here if we have the audio servicing. So we need to console log these guys to see what is that we're getting. So in the hurt, we get the audio here, we get the phonetic, and if we have like programming, still have phonetics. What's wrong? Can I read properties of undefined? Let's see. Heart. Okay, so we have heart here. What's wrong then in phonetics thing? We check. So yeah, that's heart. And programming. We have programming. Maybe here we're seeing kinetic properties of undefined reading audio. So it's saying found phonetic. Okay. So if not null, so we can say if found here, if found phonetic actually this, if not found phonetic, if it is undefined or not or no whatever, we're gonna return. You can modify it. So if it is not there, then it won't work. Okay. Otherwise, we have heard it's working. As you can see, if I click on this, you're here. Okay. See, it's playing dark and light mode. Also, if you see mobile version as well, it's working properly. It's actually this zoomed in. That's why we see this problem. Otherwise, I mean, I'm talking about this. Otherwise, it should be fine. And also, you see that this font thing is also properly working. See that? So yeah, I think that's it. That's we needed. Thanks for watching, and thanks for actually watching this long video. I'll try to make the next videos as minimum as possible and try to increase my pace. Actually, as I'm just starting my YouTube channel, still in the learning phase. So, and also I would like you to share this video with your friends who are new to programming or just want to start programming, or they're already in boot camp, some of their students, because I'll be putting a lot of videos here, especially regarding the projects. So all these good design projects I'll be putting. Now you see that I've not added any I'm not using the CSS framework, so I won't be using in the initial step, like in the next 2-3 projects I won't be using, and then I'll use Tailwind CSS and maybe a more framework. But I just wanted to make this like design oriented as well, React with design oriented as well. So I would like you to please share this and comment like the feedback. What do you think about this project, and what are the things that we need to improve? And also, as you can see, this is a new like I'm just starting on my channel, so I just noticed that a lot of people here, like there are some students or some guys here watching who do not subscribe. So please do subscribe my channel, share it, so that it's kind of inspires me to create new videos. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. Thank you. Bye.